So what are some things you're probably doing wrong on Instagram? So some of these things are probably going to be obvious, but maybe it's just like a reminder that you guys need. So like I said, these are car rants. This is off the top of my head. I literally just got back in my car after lunch and I saw this question and I'm like, this is perfect. Let's go. So the first thing you're probably doing wrong with your Instagram is you're not posting, or you're not posting enough, right? It's kind of like a duh. But you guys should be posting once a day, if not once every other day, if you are consistently using Instagram Story. So before Instagram Story and IGTV existed, I would say post once a day. But now that Instagram Story is there, we have another way to continuously stay in touch with our ideal clients or with the people that are following us. We can constantly update our lives, okay? So I would personally say shoot for once a day, but if you can't do once a day, do once every other day, okay? So you guys need to make sure that you're consistently updating your Instagram feeds, okay? And you need to be posting on Instagram Story every single day. At least, like this is like bare minimum 3 times a day, okay? That is like, if you wanted to get like a D+ in class, you would do 3 times a day, okay? But if I would shoot for around 5 times a day. Now, I know like whenever I say a number, and just because I feel this way, I'm sure you guys feel this way too. We take things so literally these days, right? Where it's like, oh my God, Kylie said 5, so I'm only gonna do 5. Or maybe you only do 4 and then you start getting anxiety or freaking out and then you don't touch Instagram for 2 weeks, okay? These are just guidelines, okay? Whatever feels comfortable for you, do it. But the bare minimum is once a day on Instagram Story and on the Instagram feed. And I get it. You're going to have those days where you feel like shit. You're sick. You don't want to look at your cell phone. You want to take a social media detox. That's okay. Okay? This is not like something that has to be like abided by every single rule or you're going to fail in your online business. It's just guidelines where if you want to show up consistently, post once a day. If you can't do an Instagram post once a day, do once every other day. But if you're going to do once every other day, make sure you're consistent on Instagram Story. And I've done an Instagram Story live stream before, but the best way to update Instagram Story is to not give a shit about what you post, okay? If you're walking down the street and you see beautiful flowers, take a picture and just be like, I love this, right? Let's just say you're going to do a workout, show people the workout. If you're going to lunch, take a picture of your lunch. This is literally all the things that I've done so far today, okay? And I was like walking down the street and I just took a video of myself walking down the street, okay? It can really be that stupid, but you're just updating people in your life and showing people like what you do throughout your day. And I know a lot of you probably have like these limiting beliefs where it's like, my life's boring. I don't do anything. I don't leave the house. And that's all BS, okay? You work every day, show people your workspace, show people what type of coffee you love to drink, what you're eating for lunch. I know all you guys eat, so you guys can update people on what you're eating. If you're in the fitness realm, you can teach people how you made your food. If it's like keto, paleo, I don't know. Even if you're not on a diet, show people what you're eating, okay? Like me. Those are just simple, fun ways. And you can even make polls. Polls are like my favorite thing to do on Instagram Story, because it allows people to start engaging with your account, okay? And it's so simple. It's so brainless. You can be like, what color shoes should I wear? Or what color palette should I pick for my online business? Or like, which logo do you like better? It's so simple, and it's a really easy way to get your following involved with your Instagram account. So the first thing that I have for you guys with Instagram, what you're probably doing wrong is you're not posting, okay? And if you are posting, it's not enough. So the guidelines that I have for you, the bare minimum guidelines, are posting once a day. And if you can't post once a day on the feed, try to post once every other day, but always continually update your Instagram Story. There's literally no reason to not update your Instagram Story. It's so easy, so simple. It's brainless. It lasts for 24 hours. You don't have to worry about what you post. Like, you just make it fun, right? This is fun, guys. It's not a job. It's just something we need to update so our ideal clients can relate to us. It's really the end goal, okay? So let me know your questions below on Instagram Story, IG feed. What's confusing for you? Let me know if you're watching now. And if anything that I say doesn't make sense, always ask me a question, okay? I love when you guys chat with me. Say hey, drop an emoji. It doesn't really matter. I love when you guys chat with me. So the first thing was, like I said, stay consistent, okay? The second thing you are doing wrong, especially with your Instagram bio, is you don't tell people how you can help them, okay? So whether you have a personal account or a business account, it doesn't matter. You need to tell, when somebody comes on your page for the first time, whether someone shared your picture or somebody shared your story, someone found you on an online article, or maybe they're just browsing on the explore page. When they come to your feed, the first thing that they see is your picture, the amount of followers that you have, and what you do, your bio, okay? So it's really important that you guys are telling people what you do when you are on your Instagram bio. I'm just laughing at Adolfo's comment. Hey Adolfo, how are you? I love when you guys like write comments, so say hey or do whatever. So when someone comes to your Instagram feed, they're going to see your bio. So you need to have a help statement. So this is what I mean by this. I help blank do blank. Okay, write that down. I help or teach or guide or whatever word, whatever verb you want to use. I help entrepreneurs, business coaches, new moms, whatever you do, who you help, okay? I help blank overcome, do this, lose 30 pounds, do whatever you help them do. So when you write this statement as the first statement in your Instagram bio, you're telling other people how you help them. So that's how you can really nail down if your ideal clients are following you or not. And when you get new followers, you know that they kind of sort of need your help, because when you go and tap on their profile, you're going to see if they're an entrepreneur. You're going to see if they're a new mom. You're going to see if they're someone that literally needs help with what you do. Okay. And that's the start of your journey with your new ideal client. So what in your Instagram bio, something that you're doing wrong is you don't have a statement with how you help people. Okay. And that is so super important, because if people come to your profile and in your bio, it's just kind of 25, single, going to the club every weekend, or you have all these emojis and it's kind of like fluffy, whatever, that's the type of following you're going to get. Does that make sense? So you need to make sure that if you want to be taken seriously online, which this is going to be the next tip, is aesthetics, okay? If you want to be taken seriously, you need to literally take yourself seriously. It's kind of like if you want engagement, you need to be engaging, and that's going to be another tip. So like I said, I'm just thinking of these off the top of my head. So the first one was that you're not consistent. Your bio doesn't explain what you do to help people. Okay. And the third thing, because I just said it, is your profile is not, I don't want to just say that it has to all do with aesthetically pleasing content, but when somebody comes to your profile, you're not giving valuable content for somebody to want to learn from you or to follow you. Okay. So you should be providing inspirational or teaching valuable content on your Instagram profile. Okay. And what I mean by that is in your My Story and in your Instagram feed. So what I see a lot of people doing, and this goes also for bloggers, okay, what a lot of people are still in, or they're still kind of doing Instagram like it's 2012. So what I mean by that is they'll post a picture, okay, let's just say it's them chilling on the stoop with a Starbucks cup, and they'll literally write a witty one-liner in the caption. So they'll say Starbucks for days with the Z's, okay? Or they'll be I don't know, something about the weather. So the problem with that is that you're not giving any value to the person that comes to your profile, okay? There's already the fashion blogger trend with the Kim Kardashian trend, that is already infiltrated. So I'm not saying you can't be a fashion blogger, but if you're going to become a blogger now, you need to educate people on how to buy products, how to where to shop, your best tips, or so you need to add more value into the post, because long gone are the days where you can just post and post a witty one-liner and expect to get 1 billion followers. Okay. Same goes as if you're an entrepreneur or an online business coach. We can't just post something and either, Not use 30 hashtags every time we post, not use a location tag. The only thing we do is we just post this picture and it's like this one-liner, and then we expect to get like 1 million likes and comments, okay? So I see a lot of people doing that still, and that is actually like one of the biggest problems, is you're not providing valuable content to the people that are waiting for you to post about it. And that's why people start unfollowing you. So let's just hypothetically say they follow you because you have your help statement, but then you start posting the content and it's not living up to what you wrote in your, sorry guys, sorry, I got a text. It's not living up to what you posted in the bio. So let's just say your bio was like, I help entrepreneurs like ditch the 9-to-5 and make their first 10K months or something. I just literally thought of that off the top of my head. Okay, let's just say that's what you do. So your content needs to back up with whatever you're saying in your bio. Because if it doesn't, people will unfollow, okay? There is so much competition on Instagram that if you're not going to be committed to the process or the consistency or the valuable content, you shouldn't even, just don't do it, okay? Or if you do it, don't expect to get like 1 billion followers or 1 million followers or even like 1,000 followers on Instagram, okay? So it's really important that every time you post on Instagram, you are helping one person's life become better, okay? That's the only thing you need to focus on. You don't need to eliminate everybody's problem. Focus on one thing. Talk about that in your caption, talk about it in your picture, whatever you like to do, and then post about it. So that's another thing with like aesthetic content is like, make sure your feed, like if you looked at your own Instagram feed, like take a step back and look at the actual layout, look at your last 20 pictures that you posted and be honest with yourself. Be like, would I even follow myself? Like, am I living up to the type of person that I actually am? Am I sharing the stories that are inspirational or they're teaching somebody how to do something? Am I really putting in the work to be a person that's worth following? Okay? That's a really hard question to ask yourself. Okay? Because I know like sometimes when we get in that loop of being uninspired or we don't like, you know, posting or whatever, a lot of it has to do with we don't even like who we're being in that moment. And that's okay. I think like the first step is realizing that like you're kind of just going through the motions. You're kind of just posting because you need to post, and like you're really not providing the type of like, you're not like you are here, but your content is here. Okay. So it's really important that you're continuously posting that value through a story so someone can relate to what you're talking about. Let me know if you guys are loving this in the comments, if you guys need clarification so far. Oh, you're welcome, Mary Lou. It was Mary Lou's question. I was like, I forgot who asked the question in the beginning. And like, I also don't like when people ask questions, I'm not going to be like, oh, Stephanie said this question. Like, I like keeping it, what's the word? I forget the word. Anonymous. That's what it is. I like keeping it anonymous because, you know, everyone probably already has the same questions. But Mary Lou, I'm so glad that you're hopping on. Ask me any questions that you need. Okay. Mark says the best way to show your potential clients that you can offer them value is by actually doing that. Yes, exactly. Todd said, good stuff, Kylie. Good reminders. I need to do this with Facebook and eventually with Instagram, which I don't really use yet. Okay. Sorry, I got distracted. That's what happens when you do a car rant. There's like, I have like outside triggers around me where I'm kind of like looking around and I'm like, oh. Okay, awesome. All right. So let's keep going. So I said consistency, you're not being consistent enough. Your bio doesn't explain what you do, okay? The third thing is your aesthetic, and it's like the value that you actually provide. So it's living up to what you're actually saying in the bio. So if you're gonna write that you help XYZ do XYZ in your bio, you need to actually help them, okay? You can't say that you're something and then your content says something different, okay? So just make sure that your content is consistent with what you actually do within your business, because if it's not, it's going to confuse the people that are following you and then they're going to unfollow you. Okay. So that was the third thing. Let me think of something else. I'm literally ranting off of this. So like it's all coming. Okay. This is the fourth one's really good. I just thought of it and it's really good. Okay. If you haven't been listening, listen to this. Okay. Give me a wave if you're listening. Do a little like jibber jabber or whatever, because this one is so super important. And I know for a fact that somebody that's watching this video is not doing this, okay? The fourth one is search, okay? Which is my favorite thing to talk about if you guys have been watching my live streams or if you're new. I love search. I love SEO, and that is like the biggest reason why I've been able to grow my following online. It is because every single time that I post on Instagram, I use a location tag and 28 to 30 hashtags, okay? I say that because I haven't counted recently, but I'm pretty sure it's 30. So you can use 30 hashtags with every Instagram post. You cannot use 31, because if you use 31, it voids all of them. So don't use 31, use 30, okay? Location tag and 30 hashtags that are related to your niche, okay? So I know there's some of you guys watching that don't use their hashtag every single time that you post, and that is the reason why you're not growing on Instagram. Why? Because no one can find you, okay? The way people find you on Instagram is through the explore page, which is kind of like throwing the balls in the air and hoping they land in the hoop, or you can do hashtags, which you know it's going to be there, okay? So the reason that you need to use hashtags and a location tag, it's because it provides you 31 extra chances. So 31 is the location tag plus the 30 hashtags. 31 extra chances to become visible on the platform in your niche, okay? That's the goal. So when do you use hashtags? You can put the hashtag in the caption while you're posting, or you can comment immediately after, and it has to be like immediate because Instagram is time sensitive, okay? So if you don't comment with the hashtags immediately after, your picture is not going to be at the top of the search. So let's just hypothetically say you posted and you forgot the hashtags and you wanted to comment like a day later. Your picture is going to show up like the day later. It's not going to be the top hashtag anymore, like the top picture. Does that make sense for you guys? So a lot of you guys aren't using hashtags and you're not using a location tag. And that is probably the easiest way for people to see you on Instagram, okay? Because if your picture starts getting popular and it lands into the top of the search, so there's two different sets of searches when it comes on Instagram. If you look under a hashtag, there's two toggles. There's a top and then there's a recent. So the recent shows the most recent photos, but the top is like the ones that are like really hot, okay? That's the ones that like getting like not even necessarily anymore a lot of likes. It's more of like a lot of likes in the moment, if that makes sense. Because I've looked through the top recently and I've seen pictures that have 200 likes, but I've also seen ones that have like, I don't know, 100,000. So it's not necessarily the amount of likes that it gets. It's just like, that's the one that's getting a lot of engagement, which is going to be my last tip, is engagement. So you guys need to make sure that you're using those hashtags and you're using a location tag. And when you use a location tag, don't hesitate to like switch it up, okay? So if you're always in the same spot, let's just say you're always in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, which is where I'm at. Switch it up, okay? Say you're like at a restaurant, or say you're at a coffee shop, or say like you're somewhere else, because the reason for that being is when people search for the location, they are going to see your content. So if you're only always posting in the same position, your content is gonna like only circulate in that one position, okay? But if you switch up where you do the location tag on your content, you're gonna be seen by different people that go to different places. Does that make sense? So make sure you're switching up your locations and that you're always using 30 hashtags. And guys, I know this for a fact, because it came off the top of my head, that, you know, some of you guys only use 5 or you only use 10, which, you know what, like if you use 5 hashtags, your grade's going to be a D+, kind of like related to the consistency with your posting, which is what I said earlier. But just remember that like you're shooting yourself in the foot of like only using 5 hashtags when you're allotted 30, okay? you're missing 25 chances to become visible. And you know what? What if your ideal clients are lurking on the other 25 and you just pick the wrong 5 set? So that's always something that I think about, is like, how can I increase my visibility? And the biggest one is using search. So yeah, make sure you're using 30 hashtags with a location tag. Another thing in the story too, like when you do this my story, you can use a location tag there too. And you can use, like, I use like 1, 2, or 3 hashtags depending on what story it is. But slap some on there too, because guess what? The stories are going more viral than posts are these days. So, and people can follow stories. Like, you can follow a story just like you follow a regular person's like Instagram profile. So don't ever hesitate to use one hashtag on a story and use a location tag. I do that all the time. And it doesn't have to be this thing that's like slab big across like the whole my story. Like, make it really small, like shrink it down and like put it in the corner, like hide it behind something or whatever, right? It doesn't have to be unaesthetically pleasing. There are really creative ways that you can like hide your hashtags in your stories. Okay. Let's see. Adolfo does the fist pumps with the claps. Says, literally stop putting out a fire to watch these. Adolfo, you crack me up. And he did this really funny like picture with like the Eiffel Tower, Kim Kardashian, Oprah Winfrey champagne glass off the Eiffel Tower. Like, if you guys have been watching my live streams for a while, you know that's like my inside joke and it's what I say all the time. And he like made this perfect picture and I'm gonna post it tomorrow. So it was like so good. It literally made my week. Maggie said, just logged on, you have my ear. Oh, I'm so glad that you're on, Maggie. And Adolfo says, honestly, I haven't used Insta in the last few weeks because I knew with what was on the plate, I would have half-assed it. So I really want to know what platforms you're on then, Adolfo, because the thing with Instagram is that like, I feel like it's one of those platforms where like people will go all out with it and then they'll like get so depleted by not getting followers that they'll stop. So if you're going to be on Instagram, I always say that Instagram is like the new online business card. So if you're going to be on Instagram, it's better to just update it with valuable. If you don't want to use Instagram and you kind of just like, but you just like want it because like people are going to look you up on Instagram, make sure you just upload it like once a week then. Like, just to like get people, just so people know that like you're a person. Does that make sense? But if you're prioritizing other platforms, that's completely okay too. No one's saying that like you need to be like this Instagram star or whatever. There's like a lot of other powerful platforms besides, I was going to say Pinterest, but Pinterest is like one of the most powerful. There's a lot more powerful platforms besides Instagram. Okay. So if you're not on Instagram, don't think like you're behind or you're losing or whatever. You're completely fine. This live stream is just on Instagram because that was the question. So Maggie says, I need to start using Insta. I'm pretty much on Facebook, and that's okay. Like what I'm saying, I'm not saying you guys need to be on Instagram. I'm not saying any of this. This was just like the question of the day. So I'm just like chatting about what most people do wrong when they're on Instagram. So hopefully you guys are taking notes if you're not on Instagram yet. And then when you do decide to use the platform, you can go back to these notes. So the last tip that I had, let's see if I can remember this. Guys, I'm forgetting. This is why I like can't, this is why I tried to stop like answering questions while I was on a live stream because I actually forget like what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's recap with what I've already said. So the first tip was like, you guys aren't staying consistent. You post like once a month and you don't use the My Story, etc., etc. My tip, if you want to get like a C+ on Instagram for like, if you wanted a grade, you'll post once every other day. Actually, sorry. If you wanted to like get by and like use Instagram, you can post once a day or once every other day, as long as you're continuously updating the My Story. So what I was going to say about the C+ or D+ or whatever, the My Story, you would only post once a day if you wanted like a D. Okay. But if you want an A, you want to post like 5+ more times a day. And that's super easy to do because My Stories only last 24 hours. So you don't have to care about them. Okay. The only thing you have to post is like what you're eating, where you're going, what you're up to, what meeting you're in. You can do a poll and be like, what outfit should I wear for my meeting? You know, what brand logo do you like better for my business? What colors do you like for my business? Because that like allows your ideal clients and your customers to feel like they're on the journey with you. have them help you, okay? They want to be involved. That's why they're following you, okay? So make sure you're posting consistently. The second thing is that you need to tell people how you help them in your Instagram bio, okay? So, and if you say the help statement, I help blank do blank. I help new moms lose weight, lose their first 10 pounds in 2 months, okay? I help entrepreneurs ditch the 9-to-5 and start an online business. That's your help statement. So that should be the first thing in your Instagram bio. And the reason why you're doing that is because when new people come onto your Instagram, they don't know you, right? And they need to see what you do. They need to see how you help them, okay? So that's a really simple thing. But this goes into the third tip, is that if you're going to write this help statement, your content needs to back up with value what you're telling people that you do, okay? So if you are an entrepreneur that does whatever, like I can't even think of anything off the top of my head, just make sure that you're providing valuable content in some way so people don't unfollow you. Because if they come to you and they see that you're one thing and then you're posting something completely different, or like no valuable content, or you're just kind of like posting once a month and you're losing followers, like you don't have any reason to complain about why you can't grow a following. It's because you're not consistently providing valuable information to the people that are waiting for it, okay? And the last thing that I said was, you're not using search, you're not using hashtags, you're not using 30 hashtags with a location tag, and you're not using hashtags in the Instagram story. This is probably the biggest tip that I can give you. It's the easiest way to get visible. It's not hard. And if you're going to post and you don't use the search, you don't deserve to get more followers, because there is no possible way that new people can find you if you're not using search capabilities. That is a cold, hard fact. And that's me, like, in the nicest way possible, that's me helping you guys out, okay? If you're not using search, don't expect new people to find you, because they quite literally cannot find you, okay? So, oh my God, 3 minutes to a half hour. Okay, that is cue that I need to wrap this up. So, okay. So we have the, so I just kind of like really, I can't stop laughing at that. It's so funny. So that was the fourth thing. There was one last tip that I wanted to say, and I can't remember what I was going to say. So that was it. That's the 4 questions. So, or the 4 tips that I could give you if you like were struggling with like your bio and your Instagram feed. And I think to wrap this up, I'm just going to give you guys this quick last tip. If you want to get more followers on Instagram, if you want to, so the last tip, I guess, this is kind of like what I was going to say. Take a step back from your own Instagram feed and like be like 1000% honest with yourself. Look at your Instagram feed and be like, would I even follow myself on Instagram? Okay. I know that's really hard to do, because that's coming to terms with reality, okay? I do this a lot actually with my business, and like with whatever I'm creating or whatever, I always rewatch everything that I do, and I'm like, I need to make sure that I would take the time out of my day to go look at my own account and make sure that I'm providing the value that somebody's waiting for me to show up with, okay? Because it's really easy to get in this uninspired, entitled state where we just assume that just because we are posting consistently, we are worth following. And that is not true, okay? We need to take a step back from our own content and be like, am I being consistent? Am I providing valuable information? Am I using search correctly so other people can find me? And do people even know how I can help them? Or am I just posting aimless content with like me sitting on a stoop with my Starbucks cup and just saying, hey, in the caption, right? And like I said, I think like if you want to grow on Instagram and you're honestly like, that is your thing that you want to do in 2019, you have to be able to give yourself that conversation and look at your own account, look at the last 15 pictures that you've done and be like, is my account even worth following? And if it isn't, that is okay, okay? The best thing that you did was that you came to that realization. So the next step is like, okay, how can I make my account worth following? Like, where do I even start? Where do I even begin? Like, okay, I understand I'm doing all these things wrong, right? That's like the easiest thing to do is tell people you're wrong, right? But it's like, how do I switch that and start becoming better? Maybe I'll make that the next live stream so I can cut this one short. So that's going to be the live stream for tomorrow. So if you guys want to tune into that, I'm going to give you guys tips on how you can make the wrongs right. Okay. So I kind of went through a little bit on this live stream, but I feel like that's a whole nother, like Adolph has said, 30-minute rant and conversation. So anyways, I'm going to let you guys go. If you guys love this live stream, if you guys have any Instagram story questions, posting tips, if you guys don't get anything on Instagram, let me know in the comments, because that's what we're talking about now. We're talking about Instagram and everyone wants to know about Instagram. So tomorrow's live stream is how you can make the wrongs right. Okay, because it's so easy to be like, you're doing this wrong, that wrong, what am I doing wrong, but like then you're kind of left there like, okay, I get it. Like, you came to the realization talk. So I want everyone tonight, if you're watching, or do it right now, go over to your Instagram, look at it face value, like just looking at it, but then looking at the way that you describe in your captions. See if you're using search, see if you're using great pictures, and be like, would I even follow my own account? Okay. And if you're not, if you would say no, I just want to let you know that that's okay. Because sometimes we're so caught up in what we're doing, we don't come to the realizations where it's like, oh, I actually need to step back and like reassess that, like, maybe I'm not getting followers, maybe I'm not using the search, maybe I'm doing all the things, but I'm actually not doing the right things. Okay. Which is completely fine. You just have to look at your account and be like, wow, like I'm loving it so far. And if you are, that's amazing. But if you're not, tomorrow I'm going to talk with you guys about how we can make the wrongs right. So if you guys love this video, let me know in the comments. And yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow on how to make the wrongs right on Instagram, because I don't want you guys to be like left, like the whole point of me doing this is to help you guys out. So go look at your profiles, go see if you're using the search, go see if if you have the help statement in your bio, if what you're helping people with is actually what you're helping people with in the with your content. And yeah, that's your homework. So when you come back tomorrow, if you have any other questions, always let me know in the comments. And yeah, I hope you guys love this video, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye guys.